Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Welcome to a brand new week of This Week in Crowder College right here on 91.7 FM. Adam Winkler here with you, joined this week by the Director of Public Information out there at Crowder College, Cindy Brown. And Cindy, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you guys are always trying to have new things that will help out the local community. And one of those new things is a new cohort that you guys are starting this summer that might be beneficial to businesses and working people out there.
That's the idea. Hopefully, we have an entry-level manufacturing technician pilot cohort that we're starting this summer, which sounds confusing, but it's really not. It will be teaching the skills behind for a programmable logic controller technician. And we have a lot of businesses who ask for that training or they want to send somebody to it. But doing it 4 days a week or whatever while they're supposed to be working is hard. So we're trying a cohort where they'll come from noon to 5 on Fridays, and they'll start in the summer and then work through the fall, and they can earn a certificate in just 24 weeks and hopefully not only a pay raise for the person taking it, but hopefully their business pays for them to come while they're here. So it's a win for both.
As Cindy talked about, this cohort is going to be in 3 different sessions. Session 1, weeks 1 through 8, June 9th through July 28th on Fridays from 12 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. It's going to be the Intro into Industrial Safety, Manufacturing, Mechanics. Session number 2 is week 9 through 16, August 25th through October 13th. That's Friday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And that's the Intro into Industrial Electricity, Programmable Controllers 1. And the session number 3, week 17 through 24, October 20th through December 15th, Fridays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's Electrical Motor Controls, Programmable Controllers number 2. And Cindy, a lot of great chances for people to further their career.
Yes, and we've had our PLC program in the Joplin at the Advanced Training and Technology Center. We also have one session open for students in the mornings here in the high school programs, and we're seeing those students be employed, get through the programs very quickly. So we're thinking this cohort model will help organizations recruitment and retention of current employees as well as training new employees, but also that collaboration that you build. We see that in like our vet tech programs, our nursing programs. It's kind of like exercise too. When you have a buddy or somebody doing it with you, you're more accountable. So hopefully these cohorts working through it together should be helpful for a lot of people.
Well, we all know there's always needs for teachers and nurses out there, but the manufacturing field is one of those fields that's just booming and needs workers all the time. And I know Crowder is really dedicated to trying to provide different avenues, different resources for people to get those certificates, being able to get them out in the workplace and earning a living as quick as possible.
Yes, and these PLC technicians are very in demand around here. I mean, you'll see those job openings quite often, and they're pretty well-paying jobs. They're a great job. They're a clean job for the most part. Basically, let's just take a manufacturing company that fills bottles of milk. It's getting that plastic jug from the beginning to the shipping part. It's making sure all the machines move everything that way. These people program those machines to know, when do I slap a label on it? When do I put a cap on it? When do I stop this? And it's actually very fascinating. So thinking maybe on Friday afternoons I'll enroll in this program, see if I can figure out how to do it. But it's kind of exciting.
Well, I think we would all learn something by sitting in those things, and just the amazing aspects of the human brain and what you can learn and what you can if you put your mind to it. And tell us about the instructors for these courses and or who's heading up this program for you guys.
Sure. Josh Carter's working on this one. He's teaching high school programs in the morning or during the fall and spring, but he'll be doing this Friday afternoon deal, as well as the one in Neosho that we're doing, this pilot cohort, is a little bit different than how we teach it in Joplin. Joplin is kind of learn at your own pace. You have a certain length of time that you're in those classes, but you can kind of come in the workshop and work on them on your own. So there are instructors around, but this cohort model will be more of a hands-on working with the, other students that are in the class, because everybody will be there at the same time. So The difference being maybe that would help me learn a little better. Two heads are better than one. How do we figure this out type thing? I think that will be a good experience for the students. Just as well as for the businesses, they might be able to afford to let someone go on a Friday afternoon to come to class. Whereas, if they have to miss 2 or 3 days and depending on where they're driving from, we're hoping that between here and the state line south, we can get some businesses to send people. And that's kind of what we're looking for.
Once again, it's the entry-level manufacturing technician pilot cohort taking place at the Crowder College campus in Neosho. Weeks 1 through 8 are June 9th through July 28th. Weeks 9 through 16, August 25th through October 13th. And weeks 17 through 24, October 20th through December 15th. And Cindy, what's the best way for people to find out more information about this?
I'd reach out right now to Josh Carter, JoshCarter at crowder.edu, or his phone number is 417-455-5418. Josh is the instructor who will actually be teaching the class. If Josh isn't available, just call the main number, 417-451-3223, and ask to speak to someone in our technical education department about the entry-level manufacturing technician pilot cohort, and they'll get you to someone who could help you.
Well, Cindy, as always, we appreciate your time on This Week in Crowder College.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.